What it is it's motorized resistance up front. So we can control your resistance from a tablet or manual.
So you turn it up. It's
turn it up.
100 pounds to 300 pounds instantly. Okay.
Yeah, we also have caster wheels on the back, so it's multi-directional.
So that's good. The reason why that's good that you did that, I'm gonna come at you from an offensive line guy. I'm geeking about this shit. The reason why that's good is because when you're driving on somebody, you don't want to teach an offensive lineman to immediately go left or right. Like when I'm driving, boom, boom, boom. That finish, that long arm, we call it throwing out of the clutch. So that's why those wheels, dude, you could run this thing to the ground, give you a young old lineman, and you're sitting here, right? Boom, 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 boom. You turn the resistance up, you go turn it down, and that's where you're teaching. For me as an O-line coach, that's the finish part that you're teaching of. Bop, bop, you speed your feet up and you run through contact. That's the finish.
So we're gonna also add a pad here. That's gonna be spring loaded.
So
it's gonna react.
That's badass.
And it's gonna react like a human. So it's not just gonna be straight up and down. It's gonna go multi-planar.
Have you seen the one? So Sornex does an awesome one. Yeah. They have this little hand shield that they tie. It's think of it like a J bar or a J hook.
Yeah.
It's the same concept. It plugs through the hole. They put a pin in the back, and it's the push-in.
Yeah.
Something like that would be.
We could definitely do that. Just
yeah.
Coming up.
This is cool. And then what's the software that's with
this is just our demo software, but here's your levels 1, 2, 3. Again, that's just the demo. We can go anywhere in between, but just for ease of use so people understand. We have a change of direction mode, so that's going to turn one motor on, one motor off simultaneously. So the harder you drive, the harder it's going to jerk you side to side. We could simulate hills, and then just like you're saying as a coach, if I stand here, you're on like full resistance, and then you're going straight and I hit right, then they have to react to that. Just like a person's gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we could make this even shorter, so it doesn't have as much of a base, so when you do react, you're running around just like you're about to sack quarterback. You know what I mean?
I got you. Like a DN.
So here's level 3, if you're driving down instead of up, and then here's right.
Okay. So you can unlock one of the wheels. So that would be, do you guys know Chuck? The D line trainer here. He's one of my buddies.
Oh no, I do.
I'm trying to think of how his verbiage would be to like. I mean, you can. I'm sure he has his verb. The way I see that as an offensive line coach, former O-line guy. You're driving, and then if you're getting that much movement on somebody, a D lineman will typically swim off to try to get off of a block.
Right.
So the finish part of it that I teach, I learned from at University of Washington with Scott Huff. When you're driving, boom, boom, and they try to throw a hand up, that's where you like, bah, 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 and you like run through it. That's where that wheel, I could totally see that, where you're driving, boom, 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 and then you can yell out or something like, hey, finish, and then you stop a wheel,
right.
Boom, and you go through it. Like, yeah. That's badass.
Sense.
There's a hill mode too, that like, and that does what? I'm assuming it's.
Just push it.
That's crazy. So you guys developed that, or? That's cool, man.
Don't do it out of a garage.
That's cool. Yeah, that's.
Yeah. So if you start pushing it, I'll give you level 2. We can start recording it, and then here, I'll put it right here for you.
And you can.
Here, 1 second.
I actually want to see it. So then this. Oh, so then if I were to push hard, it's gonna spike, but will the wheels unlock themselves, or is it? That's where the mode comes into play. Oh.
And so that red line is like your stability or your goal marker. So
gotcha.
Your athletes now have a visual to reach to.
So they're looking at it like, oh, I'm sucking right now. Like I gotta go.
Well, you know, with sled pushes, it's like you could sandbag that workout so easy. So it's not even the athletes looking at it, it's the coaches looking at it saying, you're not working hard today, because this is what you normally push.
You can see, and that's where I think the good coaches can come in and see, of like, you can see the amount of energy and effort that's into it. But the fact that you guys literally have it now that you can look at it.
Well, the other thing that
that's
we're doing,
crazy.
We're sensorizing
like you
both
can't
wheels.
cheat it. You can't cheat this. Like
you can't cheat it.
You know, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that like me and J-Mac, like when we were at Boise State, like yeah, when we did mat drills, like yeah, you're just running with the sled, like all right, survive, right? Yeah. But this, I mean, you can crank it and really tell a kid like, look, yeah, 5 seconds of work. Yeah. Your jog, and can you raise the line for them?
Yeah, exactly.
So if I want them to be like crazy outputs, like I'll do a demo. I'll do.
So let's say 500. You're gonna put you on level 3.
All right, I'm gonna go.
You're gonna want to hold low.
What?
You're gonna want to hold low on the bar.
Lower. Gotcha. So yeah, so dude, that's sick because you can basically tell a kid, hey, 3 seconds. Because really, offensive plays, 5 seconds, you're done. So you can take that.
Just get those bursts.
That's cool.
And then we're
doing design that?
Yeah, we're doing right and left
wow.
too. So now we can do injury prevention. So if your right is over dominating, we'll tell you you're outputting way more power on your right than your left. So when you go in the weight room, add a couple reps on your left. You know,
your right hamstring, your right glute's not firing like it should.
So it's a balancing act.
Ah, that's cool, man. Sports performance is badass. I love this.
We're getting there.
This is I'd majored in this, so like health and human performance.
Oh, yeah.
So that and then doing strength and conditioning stuff. That's
we're
cool,
developing
man.
here, so we can pick your brain and get your input.
Yeah, I got a bunch of kids that I coach and train, so this is good shit. It takes away, I mean, can you put it out on like the grass and different stuff like that? And
this dirt, grass,
anywhere?
All terrain, asphalt, so you're not scraping up, making a crazy noise out there anymore with the sleds.
I think the one thing to really, if you wanted to like specialize this to make it like an O-line one, instead of wide, because realistically O-linemen will never play this low.
Right.
So maybe that spring-loaded the body one, like you can put that here and have it come out so it's like they're like in a natural position, but dude, this thing's badass.
Yeah, we're putting a Rogers pad on there.
Hell yeah.
So it's exactly what they're used to.
And you can rope pull it?
Rope pull it, everything.
Click on and you can, science, baby.
Science.
I love that.
Well, science and sports, putting it together.
That's awesome, man.
Sweet. I appreciate it.
Yeah. You guys, if you guys ever need demos, or like if you just want somebody like, hey, look, here's
we need you guys.
I played a little ball, so if you need a guy to just demo it, I'll put my cleats on and I'll show the world like hey, and I'll back it because I think this is really good actually because you can, this is good stuff, dude.
Any comments too, because we're in the final stages of iteration before production.
Okay.
So we could change a couple things here and there. But yeah.
God, it's the possibilities are endless. Just because like I'm thinking selfishly for my O-line, like how can we make this thing badass? Like the Charles Bentley O-line performance, those are specifically O-line products. Right. This isn't an O-line product. This is an every athlete product that you're gonna run into. Track kids can do this. Cross country can do this. Like sled pushes. When I was at Portland State, we did sled pushes. It was a staple in our programming, and we did them inside on the turf. My God, you can incorporate 2 or 3 of these. You're week 10 in a season, and you can tone it down, and you can slow it down, and like where if it's here in the middle of summer, dog days of summer, crank it up. All right, hey, you got 5 seconds of work, or like I'll have to show you the strength programming I use when I was at Rocky Mountain High School in Idaho. We utilized sled pushes crazy all the time, every week, 2 times a week. So
it's getting more popular too.
People like my boss, Harris, who's over in the corner. Like I work with him. He went at Utah State. I was at Boise State. And, so.